A curious thing, isn't it? How the sun is dying. But, regardless, hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Skies. And we know that the light here is dimming, although... I'm curious about a few things. One, that core seems a slight bit different from what I would expect from the Dawn Machine, making me think that this might be a different creation, or that it, rather, more importantly, that it did not use the Dawn Machine in its creation, if you get my meaning. Also, our terror situation is disastrous. Potentially disastrous, I should say. And, yeah, we're gonna try to survive. The problem I have is that I want to go to the Royal Society. I really do. But my terror is at 70, so that is a bad idea. And we have had enough time that going back to London should result in us resetting our terror, or at least decreasing it. On the other hand, events could pop up that would decrease our terror in exchange for nightmares, so it's one of those, do I risk it? Do I not risk it? The answer is clearly that I'm going to be risking it because I'm going in this direction. But I like to pretend to have a dilemma when I've already made my decision. You know. For drama's sake, I don't trust you. That's right, you stay over there. Alright. Moving right along. Where nothing can hurt us. Ideally. More importantly, we do have a savage secret, which should be the second savage secret that we need. Let me just double check that, actually. Let me see. Yes, perfect. Which means we can work for a better employer than the one we've been working for. Ah, most excellent, most excellent. I see this terror rising. I don't like that. I wonder if there's a way to decrease it over at the Royal Society. I don't believe there is. Perhaps this is not our best of plans. And I'm sorry, friend, but we have no time to be fighting you. Again, something that requires a saying. That seems to have been a big change with this patch. A lot more things want a saying rather than anything else. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to not, though, friend. I'm gonna have to ask you to just not. I don't really have the time for fighting. I'm sorry. I know I would love our little struggles as well, but now is not the time. I said now is not the time, friend. There we are. Nice how respectable our enemies are, or respectful, I should say. Respectful of our wishes not to engage just yet. Not now. Well, I do hope that there's a way to decrease my terror over at the Royal Society, because otherwise we might be dying. A worrisome possibility. Made even worse by the possibility that the port report I deliver might cause more terror. Well... There are possibilities here that I do not like. Do not like at all. Let's dock first. I run myself too ragged. I should have just gone straight back to London, but choices were made. The Rochester Club, perhaps? Could do. But I have a bit of a bigger concern right now. Oh! Could buy some literature. Just one. Just the one. Thank you very much. Requisitions, I need fuel. Thank you. The area, is there anything here that would help me? No. That's just for getting experience, and... well, visit the mellifluous president. Hope for the best. Deliver a report from the Clockwork Sun. We would be very interested in information concerning our beloved star. Oh. The mellifluous president folds up your report neatly and tosses it into the fire raging in the hearth. A bead of nervous sweat courses down his forehead as he watches it carefully, not looking away until it is ash. I see. Very good, Captain, very good. You have done the mellifluous president a favor in the very recent past. Times the Royal Society's gratitude. Intriguing. I wonder. Bidding goodbye, cheerio. Attend to port reception. Ah! There are always achievements to celebrate at the Royal Society, new publications, new inventions, new colleagues. Her Majesty's scientific work is never done, and it never should be. The Newton Ballroom. Ah, wonderful. A few odd captains mingle in the palatial ballroom with astronomers, engineers, and scientists. Conversation is stilted, but the cheese and biscuits are plentiful, as is the port. The mellifluous president attempts to tell jokes. Spirits improve when the careless deviless enters, carrying pilfered wines from the Rochester Club, accompanied by the inscribed tinkerer with a blistering homebrew. You wake up alone in your cabin, surrounded by the remnants of what appears to have been a party. Someone's remodeled your sink to be more aerodynamic. Your headache is unforgivable. More importantly, our terror situation is not solved, but softened. I do want to check one more thing. I'm sorry. Goodbye. I was told in Portsmouth House I might be able to repair myself, and I just don't see it. I see where I can contribute things, but I don't see... Oh. Ask the energetic mechanic about their suit. They crank about the arsenal in an old diving suit as pistons and chains that were where the mechanic needs reinforcement. It's clearly no longer used for deep-sea diving. A lifetime's work. The energetic mechanic gives you a delighted smile. So glad you asked. Yes, I did repurpose it. Did all the work myself. Keeps me warm in the cold and cool when things are a little too warm. Closer examination reveals tiny sigils of fire and of ice scintillating across the diving suit's surface. For a moment, their tone is rueful. It cost me nearly everything to create. I wasn't sure it'd be worth it, but the places I've been able to go to see. I could travel the wastes where all the stars are dead, or... travel the wastes where all the stars are dead. Or explore the eye of the storm that speaks. Intriguing. Very, very intriguing. Actually, is it under peruse the designs? Perhaps? I don't see it. Could be I'm just blind, could be I'm wrong. Could be the commenter's wrong, I suppose, but I just don't see... Yeah. Alright. Well, onward to elsewhere. Our terror situation is not fully dealt with. In fact, it's just as terrible as it was when we got here. And there goes some more of our hull. Not like we needed it. Ah, dearie, dear me. I probably should have bought an extra barrel of fuel there. But I did not. Choices were made. We're already gone. Oh, dear. Oh, discontent. Can do. Recover the body and transport it for burial. It will be poor company, but it's what you'd want to happen if you were found dead in the sky. A dour companion. It's a good deed, perhaps, to carry a lost soul home, but it's not a happy one. The crew are heartened, but more importantly, our terror situation is dealt with. Completely. And flawlessly. Nothing is wrong. All is well. All is perfectly well. I'm actually very glad for that event. Means I can loosen up a little bit and plot our future course, because we do want to see Perdurance. For multiple reasons, really. Primarily because I believe I have an invitation to there. Plus, I could be a... not senator. No, they are ministers here. It's for our own government, not yours, sorry. We have senators and representatives. These folk have ministers. And prime ministers. Prime ministers. And MPs, which I assume are also ministers of some kind. I'm afraid these are things I don't quite have a full grasp on. More of a generalist, let's be honest. Big picture, not details, you know. And more importantly, I'll be able to upgrade my guns after this trip. And it will feel wonderful to have better weaponry against these monstrosities. And possibly more. I do wish you kept moving while you had the hold open just so I could look at things, but there are possibilities here. Great and wondrous and terrible possibilities. Hello, empty light spot, which apparently will just be here forever now. That's unfortunate. Now, after this, after we return to London, I think it's time we plan for future expeditions back to the Reach and back to elsewhere. And if I had them. Yes, if I had just that little bit more hull, I'd be willing to fight them. I'm just having a thought where they might just have forward-mounted guns, and they might be really easy targets. But I don't want to risk it. I do not want to risk it. It could end badly for me. And it's a risk I don't have to take, so there's no reason to do it, so let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Worry about that lag of loading. Actually, send out the owl real quick. We have an abundance of supplies. It's fine. Pity. Still, back to London, and it was a good thing I did do that reset, because it looks like we might have just barely made it back without it, but yeah. It would have been a much iffier thing, and I would be less comfortable. This way I can chat more relaxed. And I do like being a bit more relaxed. Tension's all well and good, but it's nice to loosen up occasionally. And more importantly, I can work for the people I want to work for now, even if we have strengthened the sun, unfortunately. What is it, up to 64, if I recall correctly? Oh. No, well, we'll do that too, but no. I am looking for... I assumed it would be on the journal. It probably is. Well, at the moment it doesn't matter. We're about to find out. Nope. One spot too early. What was that? I sometimes wonder about these mechanical sounds I hear. Oh, and what are you? You look new. Would like to see what that is exactly, but that's neither here nor there. Not important at the moment. Nope. No, there we go. Dock, please. Alright, alright, alright. Do we have enough? Sadly not quite. My apologies, dear friend. Someday, but not today. I could use more crew. Just 2 or 3. Don't need too many. After interviewing several disappointing candidates, you find a group fresh from a merchant trader. Learn a few things about haggling. You won't get away with paying them anything less than their value. And I would never want to, truth be told. The Silken Salon. Do I feel like nothing here I want to sell? Real quick to the bazaar. I don't believe I have the resources for that. I certainly don't have the resources for that. Although, let's go to the bank real quick. 3 ministry-approved literature? Sadly I only have the 1. Still, might as well put all this away. So as to be able to gather more. Curious, curious, curious. Although we do know where to get more of the literature for the Avid Horizon. Well, not important right now. Right now, we have bigger things to do. More important works. Let's see here. There we are. And then I wish to go to the Steam and Sapphire Yards, yes. Repair the locomotive first, before we do anything else. There are priorities. And now, let's investigate rumors of an underground railway. You've heard of a less-than-legal organization operating out of the Steam and Sapphire Yards? They pay for information and may offer work to the bold, the clever, and those willing to displease Her Majesty, and we are of that sort. You've gathered secrets on your travels. 2 of them offer clues to the Yard Gang's identity. A lead. With a little sniffing around, 2 pieces of information become relevant. the name of a stalwart bookkeeper, and the number of the engine shed where he keeps his office. The man is, you are certain, an agent of the group you seek. You decide to pay him a visit. He occupies a tiny, smoky office cobbled together from corrugated iron sheets in the back of one of the engine sheds. It's stacked with nicotine-stained account books and boxes, full of oily brackets. The bookkeeper looks up as you enter and gestures to a chair. He maintains the company's shining public record. Anytime there's an auditor, he defends New Street's interests with a mountain fortress of files. Good man, this one. The bookkeeper reads the reports swiftly, makes a few notations, then files them deeply in his haystack of financial records, beyond the attention of even the most persistent ministry auditor. Thanking you silently, he conveys that you are doing important work. Let's chat with him real quick. He offers you a cup of tea, savagely stewed and swimming with sugar. Learn how you can be of use to the New Street line. A job on the side. He is deaf, but content to communicate through sign language or messages scribbled on a pad of paper. Obliquely, he explains that he does additional work for an organization unaffiliated with the government, which has an urgent need for up-to-date reports on other parts of Albion. His patrons will pay for such intelligence to be brought to them, rather than the ministry. What's more, he implies, earning the organization's trust might open the possibility of additional work. Yes, but what is that additional work, I wonder? Okay. Just need more. In time, just not now. Out of curiosity, what's going on here? It just seems to be a... tobacco shop. I suppose good that they made it to the, Sunless Sky, but still, I have questions there. Now we have a choice. I could go down this way, but if I'm going down here, I really might as well go back to the Reach. And I do want to find Perdurance, so... let's go exploring, eh? Oh, actually, before we do that... I have 2 small upgrades to acquire. Just small ones, minor things. The ability to assay, because it's clearly going to be useful around here. And then money. Might end up having to sell a few things in the way, but we shall see, The Grimalkeen, I believe? Yes. The strong shall be as tow, and the maker of it as a spark, and they shall both burn together, and none shall quench them. A long-range, fast-firing, self-cooling armament for the captain who likes things settled promptly. The barrel revolves, possibly powered by spite. My kind of weapon. Although... where's the assaying array? There it is. Just slightly too much, but we can fix that. Nope, there we are. Could sell that, actually, which might not be the worst of ideas. Although, if we die, well... we could just avoid dying, though. And we still need more, so I'm going to be going to the bank. And I have an excess of tea, which we are going to fix at the Spillfields Market. Sell and buy and sell, and buy myself that speciometer assaying device. Alright, seems like that is all reasonable. Would like some additional plating, but that is not to be, at least not now. Someday, but not today. Oh, Her Renewed Majesty's Jubilee. Sorry, I'm just looking at all these other possibilities, and oh, some of them are delightful. But sadly not to be just yet. Someday, not today. Although while we are looking at things, let's see, we have the Courser, the Traitor, which I'm not going to be going for. And with 6,000 sovereigns, we could get ourselves this juggernaut. Oh, and it is tempting. Very tempting. But, again, not to be, not today. Anyway. Today we go forth and explore. At least somewhat. Anything else I might be missing? No, I don't believe so. Yes, we have the assaying installed. Our speciometer... Remind me the name? The speciometer assaying device. A sophisticated machine for the sophisticated captain. Cute. Never be confounded in the wilderness again. I don't believe that that is entirely accurate, but... Smog's found its way in. That's upsetting. Also questionable how it would... That would mean we were leaking... Well, I guess... We don't have to worry about air, right? I'm confused about that point. Like, oxygen is not an issue, yes? Further question, does oxygen exist in this universe? Like in this... Not in this universe, if you get my meaning, but in this... area. This plane of reality, if you will. Pity. Oh well, hopefully this guy will find something later. Ah, me, oh my, oh me, oh my. By the way, does this look any different? Not really. It's about the same as it was before. Perhaps a different effect there? It does seem like it's a little bit more... like explodey, if you get my meaning. Technical term, that. Very hard to understand. I get it. I do. Let's see what we find, eh? Something grave, and I would, but not now, if you get my meaning. Although... That's a new song. A very particular song, too. Should have grabbed more supplies. Foolish decisions, foolish decisions. I suppose in the worst case we can always go to Warlbury Juxtamare, get a port report there, and move around a bit. Which might be what we end up doing, because I'm not seeing anything too promising. At least not in this particular biome. I would imagine, well, I suppose it's RNG, right? So while I believe that Perdurance should be in... Actually, maybe it is in this section. This seems to be more civilized bits of London, whereas this side seems to be a little bit less so. Though that could just be an impression I'm getting. Without any basis in facts. Oh, we got little engines going. The Blandford columns. Also some Hello, friend. I'm sorry, but I must insist you die. Oh, did they find something? Delightful, many delightful things, but not what I need right now. Okay, I screwed up there. That was my own fault. I admit this. Okay, little scribe spinster. See what damage can be done. Do you mind? You're about to crash into me, sir. You're just causing more trouble. Bloody Londoners. I swear this dreadnought is just more trouble than it's... Oh, there's a bigger one. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go then. I don't know what the bigger one is. I don't know why it exists. I don't really care right now. Although you're dying, so... Thank you, friend. You're so helpful. If you could distract the bigger one, though, I would be very much appreciative of that. Oh, that's actually free to move over? Okay. Well, in that case... Armed with that knowledge... could use experience, but could use money more. Thank you, dearie. Now, what about this giant one, though? Now that I have some support... A senior scrivener, you say? Let's let them do most of the damage, thank you. Buggeration. You're creating more terror, causing more trouble. Come on, friend. I need you to get in there and do some damage. Or take some hits for me, I don't really care which. We could use some more of that foolishness. Come on. Come on, my friends and allies and people who are supposed to be defending me. Oh, shit. Nope, not the direction I wanted to be in. Very much not the direction I wanted to be in. Okay. That's not great. If that had hit the Dreadnought, we'd be in a lot of trouble right about now. Nope. Shit, okay. And there, the beast is slain. A senior scrivener slaughtered. Once the senior scrivener was an ancient servitor of the stars, feared among even its own kind. Now it is broken and hangs haphazardly in the sky like a puppet whose strings have been cut. Recover sheaves of parchment. Oh? Interesting. Recover sheaves of parchment. The spinsters sew them into their coats and wigs. Yellowed with age, blotched with mildew, spidered with writing. Who knows what secrets they may hold. The libraries of heaven. Quick work with a hacksaw detaches the cloak, exposing the spine, which bristles with parchment. You gather what you can, litanies of dead conjunctions, locations of destroyed libraries, compendiums of the myths of the stars. A curious, curious thing, although it showed that I had more experience than I have. Weird. Okay. A half-glass passenger. Since he boarded your train, the empty silence has started to get on your crew's nerves. What kind of man doesn't even sit to play a round of cards when asked? Isn't he bored? All he wants to do is stare out the windows. Worse, he still hasn't told you where he wants to go. The crew are starting to worry he's a permanent addition. Approach him. He turns to you, chewing his words, and finally spits them out. I have a confession. I miss the light of the sun. He avoids your gaze. I miss the pain of its touch. I miss the songs in my head. But I won't go back. Won't give them the satisfaction, so I want you to shatter me, break me into 1,000 gloating pieces, and let me bathe in the sun's light. I hope there is another way. The sun is an addiction. Perhaps the empty can be rehabilitated. A better alternative. There's a place called Carillon where devils help agonized souls find healing. Perhaps I can help the empty recover from his dependence on the sun. It has to be better than being smashed to splinters. After much persuasion, he finally agrees to give it a try. Carillon will shatter me sure as the hammer, he says. The difficult part comes after, the repair. Perhaps it'll be difficult, but it should be healthsome for them. Perhaps. But what terror lies here, I wonder? As I note my terror situation. It's said that the slender denizens that once ruled here never wholly departed. What? Yeah, you guys have an additional ration of brandy, but oh, I know exactly what we're getting into here. A weft of unraveling time. Allow yourself to be pulled into the weft. You will not remerge unchanged, but with some possibilities. The boiler rumbles, the chimneys spume. You urge your locomotive forward into the churn of time. The present quivers, falters, and is torn away. Escape a grim ending. A cold future, your locomotive is silent. Its engine is still, its coal store is empty. As you make your way to the bridge, you step over slumped corpses, pale in fine coats of frost. On the navigator's table is a brittle map, charting a desperate course somewhere no one has any business. There's a corpse in the captain's chair, too. You do not look. Remain in the weft for now. Perhaps if you can tolerate this current present a little while longer, or hide from it, or pray, it will pass. Perhaps another time we'll replace it. Perhaps you'll like that time better. But it seems no. You have only to endure, and the chaos of the weft will sweep your current circumstances away as another time gains dominance. You can feel its approach, a roaring like a gathering tide. Remain in the weft one more time. It is a risk. Ah. Oh, a problem. It is dark. You find a lamp and matches. The flame seems afraid, leaking only a grubby, oozing light. It's just enough to make out one of your crew ahead, staring at a black square on the wall. No, not a square, a window. You join them and look out into barren blackness. The stars are gone. Lose visions of the heaven, but gain savage secrets and terror. Remain in the weft for now. I see it's going to be exponential. Well, escape a moment of crisis. I think this is our only choice at the moment. Your engine heaves, throwing you to the floor. A shrill shriek of rending steel. Something is gutting your engine, great claws prizing apart the hull. Is this past? Future? The gun batteries thunder. Sky-suited crew pepper the breach with small arms fire as the shape presses hungrily against it. Oh, that's a lot of hull to lose. Peace in our time. You force your way through the ballad to the bridge, ordering an evasive maneuver that casts off your attacker and sends you thundering from the weft. The engine's scars remain, along with the rounds that had been freshly loaded into the guns, and several of your aggressors' talons blasted from it in the fray. Okay, but problem... That is a severe problem. Skyhenge is something I can't worry about right now. Have I doomed another captain? I believe I have. Warlbury Juxtamari is our only hope. We make for Warlbury Juxtamari, spend most of our money there on curing our condition, and hope for the best. Also supplies. Do they have supplies there? They do. Perfect. And apparently ministry-approved literature, which would be useful if I'd considered some other possibilities, but it doesn't matter right now. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And of course, this is the one run where we have something that I could probably have mined. Naturally. That's just the sound of the senior scribe, Spencer. Don't worry about it. It can't hurt you. Probably. Probably cannot. And this should be supplies or hull. Hull works too. I'm in desperate need of both. Annoying that I didn't find Perdurance, though. I guess it must be in this section, maybe? I have very little to base that on, frankly, but maybe. There are possibilities. There are many possibilities. We just have to hope that we're right about, well, what the best course of action was here. Because I think if I went back to London, it wouldn't have reset our terror. We would end up in the same problem we had with our... well, not our previous captain, but the captain before that. The same exact problem. And here we can solve our terror situation relatively quickly. Fairly quickly. Or at the very least, we use up some time to get the reset back on London. On arrival to London, rather. Now, that 81% is really upsetting, I have to say. Speaking of, what's our... we can make it work. We will make it work. One way or another, we will make this work. You guests? Yep, you're guests. Well, fortunately, I'm about to dock, and so I won't have to deal with you. Docking. Goodbye, sir. The mists of Warlbury, fog rises from below, seeping... oh? Intriguing. Seeping through the window wooden slats of the dock, the crowd waiting in the queue begin to sing, oh dearie me, a watery, ululating tone of no discernible melody. I'm sorry, my language seems to have failed me right now. Selling some, protective talismans to the crowd. Yes, terrifying, miss. You have just the solution. A little extra profit. The crowd snaps up your guaranteed protections against the transformative properties of the mist. Customers squeeze their talismans tight as the mists grow deeper. For yourself, you prefer the cozy, mist-free confines of your cabin, watching it slowly recede. Indeed, indeed. Now, sell one of I didn't bring any of them. Oh, well, a foolishness of my part. The Juxtamare Market, I have some need of you. And I would love, simply love, to go inside. 250. Queue for our pauper's pass to Warlbury. It's time for the lottery. Crowd turns and mutters to itself, politely despairing. Oh, shit. I don't care if you think it's monstrous of me, grumbles the schoolteacher, trembling as she smokes her cigar. I'd rather shoot myself than have kids of my own. Unsupervised, her pack of prepubescent students rampage through the queue, barking inane questions. It's time. A drum roll is performed by a smugly beaming child in a bright blue uniform. A maternal figure, similarly attired in cobalt, counts off those at the front of the queue. She reaches you, then 3 behind you, then stops. That's it, the rest of you will have to come back for the next lottery. Workers from the Bureau of Entertainment swoop in, gathering the lucky winners. A man and a woman appear beside you, both exquisitely dressed, their smiles well-whetted knives. Come already, the courtier doesn't like waiting. We need an outfit. Come. Why did my terror increase? Well, yes, a hat. I do love hats. Hats are lovely. First of all, write a port report. And before we do anything else, let's try to remember what will get me dealt with. Yeah. Here's a path to the beach. Just walk down the beach, relax, it's fine, don't worry about it. Let's see. How much is this getting off me? It's getting off a lot of my terror. So we're just gonna keep walking down that beach. Just constantly walking down that beach. Yep, not even gonna consider that strangeness. Not our problem. Stop at a charming tea room. It's lovely. Sure, I'm scruffy, but I don't care because my terror is dealt with. Let's go ride a donkey. See, wasn't that ride delightful? Oh? What an unpleasant... Oh, did some of these change? Oh. What an unpleasant ride, no matter how many sugar cubes you sacrifice to its appetites. Your donkey insists on remaining truculent. You can't even make faces at it, not even with its watchful halo of glittering insect eyes. You'll return to the paddock of nervous customers, intact and only moderately traumatized. Leave swiftly. Your beautiful garments are nothing but rags now. Well-dressed onlookers gawk and giggle, whisper and point. You look bedraggled, shabby, and worst of all, unfashionable. But we live. And that survival is just wonderful. So next episode is going to see us going to the Most Serene Mausoleum because, well, we might need more terror reduction, and after that go to London and work for our new employers, or provide reports to our new employers. Still need to find Perdurance, but ultimately that can, I suppose, wait. I suppose. We shall see. But for now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.